Our next story is about Trump's first war. It is raging in West Asia. From pushing for US withdrawal from West Asia fully in his first term to now, where Trump has gone full war mode in West Asia. Under him, the US is at war in West Asia, an undeclared war. Washington insists it's not at war, but the reality suggests otherwise. With airstrikes in Yemen, a naval standoff in the Red Sea, and a direct confrontation with the Houthis, Washington's so-called defensive operations now look like an open warfare, with weeks of continuous attacks in West Asia. It's an open war spanning Gaza, Lebanon, Syria and Yemen, and it is pulling West Asia into deeper chaos. Just take a look at what's unfolding right now. Early on Friday, Houthi-controlled media reported a new wave of American airstrikes hitting targets across the country. The airstrikes reportedly hit key locations in the capital city of Sana'a, as well as other Houthi-controlled areas. Meanwhile, in Yemen's northwest, the Sana'a International Airport and an army command post in the Al-Tahiri district were hit in the strikes. Casualties resulting from the strikes still remain unclear, but what we do know right now is that the US military has ramped up airstrikes against Houthis in response to Houthi attacks on shipping routes in the Red Sea and the Bab al-Mandab Strait. Windows were blown out, shops were damaged. Thanks to the strikes, and pedestrians were seen walking on sidewalks littered with shattered glass. But the United States of America is not just responsible for firing the shots. It is also complicit in Israel's war, both in Gaza and in Lebanon. And today, Israel struck Qaim in Lebanon after it said it intercepted missiles launched from Lebanon. Videos from Qaim showed smoke billowing over the village, which is located in southern Lebanon. A nearby village of Maruma was also struck. Earlier on Friday, Israel said it had intercepted a missile launched from Lebanon and had vowed to respond strongly. There was no immediate comment from the Lebanon government or from Hezbollah either. And last Saturday, the Israeli artillery and airstrikes hit southern Lebanon after Israel said it intercepted rockets fired from across the border, killing at least 8 people. But Hezbollah had denied responsibility for the rocket fired on Saturday, saying it had no link to the launches and remained committed to the ceasefire. The exchange of fire is the latest strain to a shaky truce that ended a year-long war between Israel and Lebanon. But why have hostilities flared up again? I ask this because earlier this year, when US President Donald Trump took office, he promised to end the forever wars. So what happened? In fact, even before that, during his election campaign, Trump vowed to help Israel finish its Gaza and Lebanon operations. And for a brief period, it looked like there was a genuine chance for peace in West Asia. Israel and Hamas had agreed to a ceasefire, but US ally Israel broke that fragile ceasefire in less than 2 months, with devastating attacks on an already devastated Gaza. While Muslims across the world are preparing for Eid ul-Fitr to end Ramzan, Gazans have little or nothing to celebrate. Over 800 people have been killed in Gaza since Israel resumed its airstrikes on March 18th. Why has Trump, the self-styled peacemaker, not stopped Israel from carrying out these devastating attacks on Gaza? What happened to his grand promises of stopping the war? Instead of stopping the Israeli bombings of Gaza, Trump reportedly gave a green light to it, even as the global community lamented the collapse of the Gaza deal. Trump decided to allow Israeli attacks on Gaza, and that's after Hamas refused to release more hostages. And Israel has also admitted the same, that it let the US know before resuming strikes on Gaza. Then last week, just as Israeli strikes killed over 700 people in Gaza, Trump said that he fully supports the US ally To put it simply, Trump has allowed and supported Israel's war machinery under him. America has also continued to send military aid to Israel, despite global condemnation. This means Netanyahu has had no compelling reason to divert from his mission in Gaza. And let's not forget the US strikes in Iraq and in Syria and the risk of a dangerous escalation between US and Iran, its arch nemesis in West Asia. And just today, Iran has sent a response to a letter from Trump that called for nuclear talks and warned of possible military action if it refuses. Well, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that in the letter, Tehran has made its position regarding the current situation clear. Araghchi did not disclose the nature of the response, nor did he say when it had been sent. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, "I'm not going to comment on it either." Remember, Trump in 2018 pulled the US out of an agreement to relieve sanctions on Iran in return for curbs on its nuclear program. Now he says he is open to diplomatic talks, but he is doing so with threats and warnings to Iran. Iran is no longer as vulnerable as US would like to believe. Iran has grown more powerful and enjoys strategic ties with Russia, China, and North Korea, as well as improved ties with regional Arab states. US's threats and strikes, therefore, do undermine peace and stability in West Asia, which makes us question, does the US even have genuine intention of restoring peace in West Asia? Where is it all heading from where we are sitting? It is clear that Trump will need to find balance between his commitment to Israel and upholding US's close ties with its Arab allies. Ultimately, that will be key in ending the West Asia war. Otherwise, it's yet another endless war in the making. For now, what is apparent is that this is Trump's first war.